How's everyone doing? Everyone good? Everyone good? Hey Tara, hey Welshie, hey Shira, hey Danielle, hi Jen, hi Chantel, hi Emma, hey Emily, hey Lauren and hey Chloe. This is a difficult watch. When is it not? Could you guys just maybe like give me a nice documentary to watch just once in a while? Just something light-hearted, please. So, let's get into this. So obviously we're going to react to the documentary. Afterwards I have a few news articles we'll have a look at as well. Yeah, so let's have a look at the info here. Mick Phillpott, 56, was found guilty by a jury at Nottingham Crown Court of setting the blaze at his home in Derby, which took the lives of Jaden 5, Jade 10, John 9, Jack 8, Jesse 6, and 13-year-old Dwayne. Phillpott, a father of 17 children, 17, was the prime organiser in setting the fire in the hall of his council house in Derby in a twisted plan to frame his ex-girlfriend after she left him, taking their children with her. His wife and his friend Paul Mosley were both found guilty of manslaughter of these children. Days after their death, Phillpott gave a tearful press conference where he acted like an excited child rather than a grief-stricken parent, raising the police's suspicions. Police branded Phillpott as stupid and shameful, with one police chief saying it was the saddest and most tragic case he has dealt with in 3 decades of policing. Yeah. This is nuts. Right, okay, let's just get straight into it, I think.
What's your name, Mrs. Phillpott.
Weirdos putting it lightly in it.
Mrs. Phillpott. How many kids are in the house, Mrs. Phillpott? Where are they? I'm 6 of them. Sorry? I'm 6 of them.
In the early hours
Well, she had a 7-stream streak, nice.
of May 11th last year, fire broke out at 18 Victory Road. In the house was Mick and Mairead Phillpott.
I can move the chat thingy, but I still want it to be on the stream, so we can reduce it in size.
And their 6 children.
Where's the fire?
Nice, have a 5-stream streak.
It's the front of the house somewhere. Yeah.
The fire was quickly spotted by neighbours.
When I looked out the window and I seen the fire up the door.
Merlin, what are you doing already? Merlin, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Hello. Say hello to everyone. Everyone misses you anyway. Say hello. Say hello. You've just been out. You normally chill. You're hyper. What we're hyper for? Sorry, we'll have to have doggy strokes. We'll have to have doggy strokes before the documentary. Now, could you behave, please? We're watching thank you. We're watching a very serious documentary. This is Jamie Butler. Right, okay, come on. Go do your thing. Which is apparently sitting on... Look, we cannot. Are you going to watch it? You won't watch it, so I don't even know what we're trying. Evening, Laurie. Oh, I know. Oh, under the chin strokes, very important.
It was instant. I just went with my brother. I said, "Oh, the house is on fire."
Naturally, I thought that our house was on fire, and he said, "No, Mick's house is on fire. We've got to get the kids out. You know, there's kids over there." So with that, my brother's gone.
I ran up the street and I got to the front, and it was just a wall of fire. I was thinking, "Oh my God, that's gone. That's grows so fast."
With the front door on fire, the only way through to the back of the house was
100% you'd be traumatised. Now, Merlin, do not press the keyboard. Alright? I'll pause it when I want to pause it.
over a caravan. Another neighbour, Daniel Stevenson, was also there, trying to get up to the back windows. Mick Phillpott was on the
Especially when you know how many children are at that address.
Phone in the backyard.
I'm frustrated that I can't do it. There's no noise of it.
The static in that is horrible.
There's no noise of it.
As soon as it
Oh yeah, you'll have to remind me, Tara, I forgot.
jumped over the caravan, I said, where's the kid, Mick? They're all in the back bedrooms. And when I climbed the ladder, I noticed that the window was smashed.
Now that man looked broken.
And I tried to shout through the window, but how's it easy to say, it was like putting your mouth around an exhaust pipe of a car.
I didn't go into the house, I was on the top of the caravan, and there was a side window at the top of the caravan. Smoke was coming out of there, and it was more smoke than fire, you know. The smoke was black, thick smoke.
Can you see Michael? Can you see any flames? No, I can see that smoke. I can't see anything else but that smoke.
Beaten back by the smoke, Jamie began looking for another way into the house to rescue the children.
It's terrible, this, man.
I
I think I've heard about this case. This is a pretty big case, wasn't
was
it?
running around his kitchen, his conservatory, trying to get in.
Ooh, you alright? Do you guys hear that? I just thumped your head off the desk, trying to get your treat. Trying to get your toy, wrestling with your toy. Hey, dear.
Just trying to get forward, thinking it is.
Yes, Merlin is currently playing tug-of-war with me, that's why.
His little kids upstairs.
Wait a minute, these guys are full of it. Oh my god, I'm too easily sucking in here.
Try and get.
4 minutes after receiving
No, the parents, alright, I was going to say, I was really buying that. Merlin, down, son. You hurt yourself.
the first emergency call, the fire crew had arrived at the front of the house.
Leave.
Because of where the fire started at the foot of the stairs, and the fact the fire spread up the stairs, in effect cut off any exit route for the children. So essentially anyone up there was trapped and there was no way they could get out.
It's alright, Becca, I'm very easily confused. Especially my multitasking abilities has been really tested. Entertaining a dog and a chat.
Once they went into the house, they were met by a very thick wall of black smoke. Could barely see the hand in front of the face. The smoke had hit the ceiling on the first floor and banked all the way down to almost floor level. At this point, the temperature had been
Jesus.
rising as well, considerably. Just to the top of the stairs, there's a bedroom almost straight in front of you. That was the first room they went into, and in that room they did find one child.
Jade was the first child to be brought out. She was carried down and laid on the pavement, where desperate attempts were made to revive her.
They went into the next room, where they found two more children.
One by one, her brothers were brought out
Oh, this is horrible.
and laid side by side.
When I come round to the front, it was like a war zone. It was like, whoa, you know? That's when you realised how severe and how bad
Yeah, like I was saying, that guy looks just broken, which you'd expect.
it was.
Yeah.
You've got emergency services here, there and everywhere running around it, and you've got babies coming out.
The 6 children were rushed to the Royal Derby Hospital, but it was too late to save 10-year-old Jade, Mick and Miranda.
We get some blue hearts in the chat. It all sounds pathetic that that's all we can do, but just out of respect for these poor kids, man, and those brothers.
Jade's only daughter, and their 4 younger sons, John, Jack, Jesse, and 5-year-old Jaden. The only surviving child, Dwayne, was critically ill. He was moved to Birmingham Children's Hospital, where family and friends gathered.
We went in to see Dwayne, and it was just heartbreaking to see him there.
They really did. Peggy, thank you so much for the sub. 2-month anniversary here. There's so many more to keep up. Oh, it's all good. Thank you.
Fighting for his life.
Within hours of the fire, 18 Victory Road was declared a crime scene.
What a horrific crime scene to go through as well.
The fire starting behind that front door. Two possible causes. Was somebody poured petrol through the letterbox,
Posting something through the box.
or was petrol being used from inside the property to set the fire?
Officers immediately questioned Lisa Willis, Mick Phillpott's former mistress. She had lived at the house with Mick and Mairead, but had left with her 5 children just 3 months earlier. She was quickly
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate being here.
ruled out. The local community struggled to come to terms with the unfolding tragedy. 2 days after the fire, Dwayne became its 6th victim.
Is that the doorbell? One second, guys. I'm losing it. Bloody ads. I don't know how to use this Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, if you sign in on a website, which I'm sure somebody will post in a second, if you sign in with the Amazon Prime stuff there, you can then come back here and subscribe for free. There's the link. You can subscribe for free and it'll get rid of those ads for you. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Welshie. And that wasn't my doorbell. Might have been him with a toy or something. Or I could have just completely lost the plot. I've ordered a couple of cameras for the house to keep an eye on him during the day. And I don't want to miss the delivery. Oh, I don't know. Any questions you've got, the chat will help. Lovely community here. What we're watching, sorry, I'd missed that comment. We're watching a documentary called The Shocking Case of the Parents Who Killed Their Children, Mick and Mairead Phillpott.
The morning we went to see the children in the morgue, we met Mick and Mairead outside. They asked if we'd go with them, and I said yes. It's probably one of the worst things I've ever had to do in my life.
It tore me apart. It tore me apart. 6 beautiful little children just taken away like that. And
oh yeah, I recognise this mother. Now I know exactly who we're talking about.
Mick Phillpott told police that he wanted to talk to the press.
Of course, how did I not know it was him? Merlin, off that, please. Come here. Come here.
His main message was that he wanted to give this vote of thanks publicly.
First of all, I want to thank my 3 oldest children because they helping us to cope with what.
Thank you for gifting a sub there to share. Thank you so much, man. Such a lovely thing to do for the community. I really appreciate that. There you go, man.
It's going off.
But his behaviour that day concerned and dismayed those watching.
Myself and Joe across.
I met with both of them in a private room, obviously, to brief them, and he seemed to come in very, very jovial, really, a very jovial manner, as though it was some kind of
Cops, man, good instinct, right on the minute.
Game, it appeared.
And of course, the poor firemen, the police, and the ambulances, the doctors, the nurses.
There did not seem to be that genuine level of grief and the distraught nature of how people feel when they've lost a loved one.
We can't express our gratitude to everybody.
The first things that out of your mouth should be.
Was it both of them that did it? No, it's just him, not this lady.
Please help us. Somebody knows something. It was never ever once mentioned. If that was me,
I really appreciate that, Pecky, I really do.
I'd be begging
Oh yeah, both of them, yeah.
Please help me. Somebody knows something.
I've actually been down to our home, and what we saw, we just cannot believe it.
There was no heartfelt appeal for that information to come in.
It's like a TikToker crying online, isn't it? Lots of sounds, no tears.
Find who's killed my children. It just didn't come. So I took an early decision then to take them out of the room. I was so...
Oh, what was that? Sorry, I have to watch that.
Take them out of the room.
Watch this performance by him on the way out. So the officer's taking him out because he's like, this looks false as fuck, let's get him out of here. For the press sort of allude to that. Isn't it?
I was somewhat...
Yeah, made believable.
Behind, and as I came through some double doors into the corridor leading to the room we were using, I found him...
Yeah, I've watched documentaries on these before as well.
Collapsed on the floor, surprisingly. I can only describe it really as being childlike and akin to a child feigning collapse or feigning illness and playing around on the floor. And within a matter of
That's ridiculous.
probably 10-20 seconds, he was back up on his feet and into the room, laughing and joking as he was before.
Two weeks later, the couple were arrested over the deaths of their children. Mick Phillpott played out much of the unfolding tragedy, as he had his life, in front of the cameras.
Yeah, didn't he like start absolutely loving the sort of fame that came off the back of it?
Anne Widdecombe got to know...
Fucking Anne Widdecombe. Curveball. I didn't see bloody Anne Widdecombe turning up. I didn't call that.
Mick Phillpott in 2007 when he took part in a show for ITV.
Is she still alive?
Hello, I'm Anne.
Hello, Anne. I'm Mick. Pleased to meet you, love.
Oh yeah, it was the benefit thing she did with him.
Very pleased to meet you. Mick Phillpott loved celebrity. Loved being on television, even if he was being cast as the villain of the piece. He just loved it.
Mick Phillpott has a wife, a girlfriend.
He had first courted the attention of the local media 2 years earlier when he had demanded a bigger council house.
I could Google it. Shall I find out if Anne Widdecombe is alive? Is Anne Widdecombe alive? I mean, Anne Whitaker is. And fucking Anne Widdecombe? I can't... Is Anne Widdecombe alive? There's no way it's going to deal with this. 3 months ago, one day claimed proud understatement. Sorry. That's nothing to be apologising for. You should be proud as fucking punch, man. Well done, everyone. Let's hear some congratulations in the chat. That's fucking awesome, man. Well done. She is part of... Oh, God. Christ. Merlin, you're going to disconnect your shoulder in a minute. Calm down.
For his wife, his mistress, and 9 of his 16 children.
Well, people could say it's my own fault for having so many kids.
Yeah.
I say it's my life. I live the way I want to live it.
Unemployed and with the family claiming £25,000
So hello, everyone.
pounds a year in benefits, Mick Phillpott was dubbed Britain's
Even Merlin popped up to say well done.
biggest scrounger by the national newspapers.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to discover the man behind the headlines and uncover the truth about the guy who has been branded Britain's biggest scrounger.
Appearances on Jeremy Kyle and This Morning followed, as his notoriety
No, we're a community here, man. Feel free to share, talk. You know what I mean? Everything cool.
grew.
But the papers are calling him Shameless Mick. He shares...
I think he was always very aware of PR and...
It is D. I was wondering where the hell he's put it. Because I haven't seen it today. Where is it? Leave. He loves these things. Anything like rope bound as well. Where's your really big rope? There's a few toys gone missing. He loses them under the couch. He drags them under the couch.
and his image and what he wanted to portray.
You believe that you're being unfairly treated by the media?
I'm definitely being unfairly treated by the media.
He did not even try to see himself as others saw him.
Listen, you're going to criticise my family, pal, and my kids. I'll criticise you as much as I want.
Sorry,
this is a free country.
Because all that mattered was Mick Phillpott.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, God. Did a kid just start crying as he started singing? Listen.
Welcome to my world.
Sounded like a kid started screaming in the background.
Won't you?
Chloe, honestly, he takes his toys under the couch and just plays with them. He's mental. You're not going to fit under the couch. The vet said he was probably going to get as big as an Alsatian. It's ridiculous.
Mick Phillpott thought he had it all. His wife Mairead and their children shared the house in Victory Road with Mick's lover, Lisa Willis, who can't be shown for legal reasons.
Jesse. I'm happy. I've got my 2 wives here. Which I say 2 wives, not 1. And I've got my kids and I've got my family. That's all I care about. Nothing else.
Don't say so then.
2 wives, can't get a text back. Brilliant.
Say so then.
Can I just get if I could get the distribution of children right? Is
I've
that
got
right?
3 with my first marriage.
Yeah.
2 with another young lady. 5 with Mairead.
Yeah.
4 with Lisa. And 1 with another young lady.
Right.
And 2 on the way.
So that's 15 now,
Plus-
and 2 on the way.
Plus 1 when I was in the armed services, which I've never met.
Get out!
Mick wanted to swap his 3-bedroom council house for a larger property.
It's chaos, isn't it? It's fucking chaos.
Get down.
But Derby City Council wouldn't rehouse him, so he took his
I mean, like, each to their own, but, like, why?
complaint to his local ITV station, believing it would embarrass the council into helping him.
We've tired Merlin out for now.
I should
He's now lying down in my feet.
be allowed a bigger property.
He does this every time I stream, and it's normally a Wednesday, and I don't know why. He goes absolutely nuts for the first half an hour and then just chills out.
Because I'm unemployed, I should be getting a little bit of help from the council. Oh yeah, Derby City Council, blah, 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 will help Mr. Phillpott as much as possible, right? What have I got to do to get somebody?
That is horrifying. That is actually horrifying. I would actually punt that out of the house. I've no way.
To actually listen. It's not my fault, because at the end of the day, it's down to the council to be able to sort us out. We're just going round in a vicious circle.
Derby City Council didn't give him the home he wanted, but Mick didn't let this interfere with his plans to have more children.
Where does it end then, Mick? Where does it end? At 25, 18, 19?
How old is he?
What's going to happen?
Well, I don't see what's got to do with anybody else. How many kids I have? I can have as many as I want.
In February 2007, Mick's wife Mairead gave birth to his 17th child, Jaden. His lover, Lisa Willis, was heavily pregnant with his 18th child.
18?
At this present moment, I am on cloud 9. I'm buzzing. Just had child number 17. I've soon come to child number 18. There's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to say, oh look, the scum, the scrounger, the shameless Mick has done it again. Well, I'll tell you what, fuck all of you. Because at the end of the day, my life, my wife's life, Lisa's life, we do what we want. We don't care what you people think. At the end of the day,
Yes, you do. That's why you're saying all this.
we're happy, so stuff the lot of you.
1 month later, Lisa went into labour.
I'm gobsmacked.
Hello, love. Guess what?
This is ridiculous.
It's ever so big. Can't believe it. And you were off about it.
Could have phoned me as soon as she had it, like you normally do. Not fucking hours after.
Hey, and guess what? I got no abuse, I got no swearing, I got nothing from her.
Yeah, well, you get it from me now.
I am king. Surely I will.
By
It is in a Becca. 1 second. What? The door's open. The door is open. Oh, for God's sake, because there's a seagull out there. It's not going to take off with you. I mean,
By spring 2007, there were 11 children living in the house at 18 Victory Road.
He keeps trying to tell me he's religious, but he's not religious. He just reads one part of the Bible, go forth my children and multiply. That's what he's doing. Are you having any more babies?
I fucking am.
Either or Lisa will be pregnant in 6 months' time. Mick loved his kids. He built climbing frames in the back garden, trampoline, swimming pool. They had everything they wanted.
Yeah, but who paid for it? I'm sorry, I don't want to turn into like a Nigel Farage supporter or some crap, but like, I'm sorry, you're taking the piss, having like 18 kids and everybody else is paying for everything. 100% taking the piss.
And those lovely children, absolutely lovely, and so well behaved. For saying there were so many in the house, they were so well behaved children. They was just adorable.
Sit. Sit. Good girl. Hello.
What is that?
Hello.
No, I mean, people criticise for having a big family. We're not on our own. Loads of people around with big families. It's just that we're highlighted because we asked for a bigger house.
A bigger house?
Once again, Mick invited round the local ITV crew,
Hello, Mick. Peter Bean from Central News.
Oh.
hoping they would champion his bid for a larger home.
Give us a second, guys. I'm going to nip for it quick.
Here comes the fact freak, he's on the loose, loves his rabbits, wears the truth like a noose. Surfing the web, exposing all things. With his bright ideas, he's got a passion for animals, big and small. The fact that he loves rabbits, he screams into our law. Nobody's safe from his online crusade. Justice to the world with his rhymes, he'll invade. He's got the facts, he's got the proof. He could drop a truth bomb, make them all go poof. That freak's on a mission, likes to be found. He's the hero of the internet, spreading truth all around. Here comes the fact freak, he's on the loose, loves his rabbits, wears the truth like a noose. Surfing the web, exposing all things. With his bright ideas, he's got a passion for animals, big and small. The fact that he loves rabbits, he screams into our law. Nobody's safe from his online crusade. Justice to the world with his rhymes, he'll invade. He's got the facts, he's got the proof. He could drop a truth bomb, make them all go poof. That freak's on a mission, likes to be found. He's the hero of the internet, spreading truth all around. Here comes the fact freak, he's on the loose, loves his rabbits, wears the truth like a noose. Surfing the web.
Is this a real song, like a song? It's, somebody created it using AI for me, man.
Good evening. He remains unemployed. He still lives with his wife and mistress, and he's still having children.
But his plan backfired.
Well, it's an extreme case of what's happening, I'm afraid, week in, week out. That people are
So we thought this was going to be them on his side.
scrounging off the state, and I just really can't think of any other word for it.
I think it's a load of shit.
His face.
Jesse. Yeah, Baba.
I think it's a load of fucking shit. I think it's a load of crap. Nothing said about the being overcrowded in the house, is there? You know?
They wouldn't be overcrowded if you kept your dick in your pants or used some contraception. I mean, like, what do you want?
I'm fucking annoyed. The fact is, I've missed the most important part out. You know, we're living in cramped conditions. Right, I'll kick Lisa out my ass and let her move back in proper.
Emma, Jesus, that's one hell of a statement. No, I don't know what that is. And I don't think I want to know.
See, on her own, which is going to cost them fucking twats more money than what it's going to cost me. You know, you can't win. Fuck them. I'm going to have some more babies. Stop your jobs.
I mean, he decided the life
Someone needs to kick him really hard in the dick. Although, hopefully he's in prison where he'll be getting dick.
that he wanted. He wasn't going to work. Whatever happened, he was not going to work. He'd worked out a system whereby he could live at the expense of the rest of us, providing there were enough children.
This is why I don't watch the news, Emma.
And individuals in the house bringing in benefit. That was the sum total of it.
Why can't I get this, that and the other? It's not fair, this country's going to pot fight.
Hang on a minute. I've not said I can't get this, I can't get
you
that.
Want a bigger house,
Listen, I'm going
don't
to tell you something, right?
He saw himself as wronged because he couldn't get a bigger house. He saw himself as somebody who was going to stand up and fight for that, and he liked to be in the public eye, and if he was in the public eye, then he thought this was a good thing.
I'm going to say to you and the council, fuck you all, because if the situation comes to the situation, I will build in my garden. And you can come round, the council come round and say, well,
Tara, I've just seen you send me one of the clips. You always do good clips on here. I'm working on a very big video for YouTube over, you know, I always put one out over the Christmas period. Well, this year's is going to be a mega reaction video on YouTube. So I've filmed some reactions, obviously, that nobody's seen before. I've taken some that people have seen before, some highlights. I've also been filming new ones, but I also started going through all the clips that you've made, Tara. I was going to mention it the other day and I forgot. And picking out some of the good ones, and there'll be a section in that video which will be those clips. So thank you so much, Tara. Yeah, man, yeah, 100%. There's also like some videos that I've dropped on YouTube that have reactions in. There's like longer unedited versions going into it and stuff. It's a big project. It's just, it'll be ongoing all year, you know.
well, you've not had planning permission. Fuck your planning permission. I've not had planning permission to have all these kids in this house, so they're breaking the law. So it's going to work both ways. One way or the other, I will get what I want.
The cameras
That's some foreshadowing and a half, isn't it?
revealed a man who was determined to get his own way, no matter what. They also showed the darker side
Hey Sarah, welcome.
of a man who dominated and controlled the two women
Yes, we are continuing to watch the Ed Matthews stuff on Saturday on YouTube.
in his life.
Gonna watch it until we've completed it, however many weeks that takes.
Can I?
No, she's going to speak.
Right, you just tell them what we said.
So you told her what to say as well?
I'll tell you what, I'll say it. Right? You lot are criticising us for being as a threesome. We don't do threesomes.
I know that, we
Full
said
stop,
that.
right?
I thought it was absolutely bizarre, Mairead, Mick and Lisa all living together in one house.
Sorry, this is fucking ridiculous. There's like a full DJ setup in the kitchen. The fuck is this shit? Right, you need a bigger house, it's terrible. He's got like massive bloody speaker in the corner over there and a full bloody DJ outfit. Like, feed your kids, pal. Dress your kids, do something like that, I don't know.
It's not something that I could do
Pecky, a few people feel that and end up watching ahead, which is okay.
myself, but Mairead, she seemed happy enough with it. And Lisa
Yeah, exactly. Buy some condoms instead of speakers that are suitable for a nightclub. Like, are you alright?
was happy and Mick was happy with it.
He loves us both the same. He don't treat us any different.
He's burst his nose. It wouldn't take much in that house because they just like turn around and they're bound to hit a kid. That's definitely going to be taken out of context.
Alright, I'm married to him, I've got his name. But
I literally just say it's hard to not turn around in that house without hitting a kid. That's not what I meant. You guys know what I meant, I hope. Maybe I need to leave now.
don't treat us any different.
Mairead married Mick in 2003.
Will you take my Miss Caroline to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort her, honour and...
Is my mic quiet? Oh, fucking hell, yeah, it's over there. I just had my microphone like across my desk for some reason. That should be better, hopefully. Thank
It
you.
don't bother me that I'm not married. It don't bother me
Let
one
me know
bit.
if that's better for you.
I mean, I was his bridesmaid, for God's sake.
My bad, guys.
Lisa was 19 and already 7 months pregnant with Mick's child on his
You didn't miss much, my crack shit.
wedding day.
To me, it was their day at the end of the day. But I didn't enjoy the night time because I was pregnant. I was due to drop.
Oh my God.
I don't think for 1 minute he would have ever had Lisa if Mairead could have put her foot down with him. It would never have happened.
Swear to God, you lot, I fucking knew it. When somebody used a multiple one, you can't help yourselves. None of you can. I'll be up in these channel points, I swear to God. Tara, calm yourself. No more. No more. Here's a band.
But obviously, Mairead did everything what Mick wanted. And he wanted Lisa. So she put up with it.
You're happy with the way the way things have worked out?
Yeah.
And the relationship that the threesome works okay?
It's not like the threesome, but yeah.
But you have to share it.
I'm happy the way it is, yeah.
And you're happy to share him? Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Just explain to me.
How and why?
How, in your mind, this whole house thing works.
Just wasting her time hoovering that floor, like literally wasting her time.
Works like a normal family. Well, there's 3 of us in the house, but it works like a normal family would.
Where is the dignity in 2 20-year-old something women allowing a man twice their age to have sex with them? Explain to me.
Well,
is
he's
that
not-
not sexist?
No, he's not doing.
It's because he needs 2. Is it because he wants 2 women to clean up after him and do all the fucking shit?
Doing it behind my back.
Lisa was your bridesmaid at your wedding!
Don't know how I feel about pans hanging up in the kitchen like that. I know that's not the main issue in this kitchen, but don't know. Don't know if I like that.
Mick had a caravan by the side of the house where he...
Molly, I thought you said I would let somebody walk all over me like that. I was like, please, maybe don't say that out loud, Jesus. No, I realised you said you would not. Okay, which is good. I'm glad to hear that. I thought we were going to have to do a fucking intervention for Molly for a second.
He slept each night, first with his wife, then his lover.
Now, normally...
You're not stupid. Someone will explain it in the chat. It's cool. I'm leaving it to you guys.
This caravan's rocking. You better not come knocking because this is where it all happens.
Oh, God. I was going to say burn it down. Fucking
As you can see, this is a nice,
should have burnt that down. Although that's probably on the drive there, was it?
nice big king-size bed. This is where the action takes place, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to say too much about it, but...
Wait a minute. They have to go to the caravan parked in the drive so they can get it on. Oh, God.
Yeah. One night I'll have Mairead in here, and then the next night I'll have Lisa in.
I used to say to Lisa and Mairead, I don't know how you can live like this. It's disgusting what you're doing. But they used to sort of like laugh it off.
You don't find it strange when, of a Monday or Wednesday or whenever it is, can I, he's in the caravan with Lisa?
No.
What? I don't understand. What is it about him that appeals to anybody? Thank you for explaining that, Tara.
Why do you think most people are pissed off with you?
Jealous.
Of what?
Me living with 2 girls.
That's all it boils down to.
That's all it boils down to.
How do you choose who gets it?
I don't...
Tara, welcome to the mod team. Welcome to the mod team. When I work out how to actually do that. I nearly fucking blocked you instead. I don't know how to do it. I was like, welcome to the mod team. I don't even know how to do it. Shit. fucked it. 1 second. There you go. Welcome.
And I'll service both of them. If they both want it the same night, mate, I won't take one without the other because that's...
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
You've modded for others as well, haven't you, Tara? So you know what you're doing.
Actually, it is.
Go on, mate.
Do you have threesomes?
I knew that was coming. No.
Never had a threesome?
No, you know that. I have, but not with these two.
Mick's always been...
What? So he's had a threesome before, but it wasn't with these two? How? Thought you did, Tara.
Been a player. From the day I known him, he's been a player.
I say you're born with a dick between your legs, not just to pee out of, so I'm going to use it. Just
What a weird phrase. Like, I mean, he's factually correct, but that's not a phrase I want to hear.
a bit like for instance, I went out, and there was some nice young lady, and she gave me the eye and the come on.
It's the way it goes little... What's that, Mick? No, fuck's sake. I'm so mature. I am mature. I'm professional. I talk about serious things. I would never make a reference like that again.
Come on, then. I knew she wanted it.
Just move the fucking hand, please.
I'd oblige, because I'm a red-blooded male at the end of the day. And I'm not going to... I don't even know my wife's listening. I ain't going to turn it down.
We'd go out for a drink most weekends. He'd have a laugh.
So, is they're now going to... They have to be drunk, is that what the basically
He'd have a joke. If there's a woman there he fancied, he wouldn't think twice of chatting her up, even though Lisa was there or Mairead.
Would you be happy, by the way, ladies, for wife number 3 to come into the environment?
No, I don't think it.
Well, that would be pushing it too far, obviously.
Well, it'll happen anyway.
But if it did, how would you feel?
Would these guys be classed as having a polyamorous relationship?
It's not up to me, is it? It's up to him at the end of the day. It's his trousers.
People want to criticise me, I'll criticise them.
What the fuck? He really thinks he's cool, doesn't he?
Because it's my life.
CLA would.
My choice. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, there's thousands of men out there who
Yeah, that's what I thought.
would love to be in my position.
Mick Phillpott had created a world in which his wife and lover were subservient to his needs and desires.
I can't take this man seriously. He's like a caricature of Benefits Britain.
When Lisa broke away, Mick's world
A wish version of Gaza, I like that.
imploded.
I know almost nobody, right?
Would prove the catalyst to a sequence of events that would end in the deaths of 6 of his children.
Mick, and don't take the piss with me, 'cause I can't play very good.
No, I can't either.
Mick Phillpott was portrayed in court as a man who expected to have everything his own way, especially in his dealings with
Do you think the new Anne Widdecombe was going to turn up? She just kind of looked like she's just fucking hanging around in the background.
court as a man who expected
Like she just fucking spawned.
to have everything his own way, especially
Hello.
in his dealings
Anne Widdecombe, did you call me?
with women.
You're gonna be in an argument with me, daughter, and you ain't gonna win it. Believe me, you ain't gonna win.
You've
got no idea what it's like bringing kids up, so don't even go there.
You've got no idea what it's like bringing kids up. You're out at the pub with your 2 wives at home.
You have no self-control.
It was a side to his character revealed in 2007 when he agreed to let Anne Widdecombe find him a job as part of a show for ITV.
This is my wife,
No way. What job did they give him?
Mairead.
Hello, Mairead.
This is gonna
Hello.
sound strange. This is my second wife, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa. How have you got 2 wives? They don't allow it in this country.
Well, no, but I class them as 2 wives.
I see.
If the country don't like it, it's tough.
Right. His attitude towards women was one of complete contempt. He always referred to women as bitch. Bitch this, bitch that.
Every bitch out there that's got children who's looking
what's
at...
that expression you just used?
That's what I'm going to
What's
use.
that expression
All right,
you
every
just-
woman...
Is that how you describe the ladies?
These are my ladies, different.
Oh, but everybody else...
These are my bitches. I thought he was going to say it. I really did.
Why don't you shut your mouth and let me have my say?
He obviously regarded women as there to...
Yes, same, Becca.
To serve his purposes.
I am
Get
working.
a job.
I'm looking after my...
Get a job. I mean, that was deflection from the point that we're arguing about how he treats women. It's just randomly threw in, get a job while you're on. I mean, I love it, but it's really fucking...
Get a job.
Listen, this shows you what a bitch you are, doesn't it?
Get a job.
I thought you could hold better debates than this. Like, what the
You,
fuck is it?
useless, you are.
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah, yeah.
You're like the rest.
What's the matter? Oh, 1 second, guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. For God's sake, right? The fucking doorbell rings, Amazon driver. I go to the door, he's already in his car. I was like, mate, give us a chance to get the door. And he was like, I'm in a rush. I was like, well, what? So then he gives me a parcel. I ordered one of these. But I actually ordered 2. But I had to order them separately because of a deal. So I got the one parcel. I'm thinking, has it got both cameras in? I look at it, as soon as I sit down, bang, he's back at the door with a bloody... Well, if you're in a rush, pal, it'd help if you actually delivered all the parcels to the house that you're at. And he's like, he's handed it over to me like, yeah. I'm saying, piss off. No, I'm sorry. Factors rant of the day.
Yes, talk to that because you...
Oh God, talk to that because the fit shut.
You're not worth the
I was,
extension.
mate. There were certainly moments when I stepped back. If you like, moments when I flinched away from him. You're a coward.
Sue's a coward.
Whoa.
Bitch, let's fucking move it.
There was a pent-up...
Oh, he would like to fucking smack her. Takes balls on her, though. No idea, Peggy.
Anger there. I have just
You're exactly the same as Jamie Cow, so all that.
Oh dear.
You're all
me.
that.
I think.
Come
you're
on,
fine.
answer me question.
I just have, but you weren't listening.
Go on, answer again.
Mick had a violent history. For the women in his life who tried to escape his
Oh shit. It's got DV convictions as well.
control, his temper could be deadly and terrifying. In 1978, Mick Phillpott's teenage girlfriend ended their relationship. Mick responded with violence. He broke into his girlfriend's house in the early hours of the morning and stabbed her repeatedly.
Jesus.
When her mother tried to intervene to protect her, she too was stabbed. Both women were lucky to escape with their lives. Mick was convicted of attempted murder and grievous bodily harm and sent to prison.
Jesus Christ, that's a bit of a...
The violence that he was...
Oh, I don't remember any of this.
...was sentenced for in 1978 is an absolute definite warning of the type of person that Mick Phillpott is and how very dangerous he is, especially to the women in his life.
If I was a rapist, a kid molester, or a mass murderer, I'd understand, but I'm not. Something happened to me in 1978, which I've regretted all my life. You know, I'm still paying for it.
Something happened to you? You stabbed 2 people? It happened to you?
It was a spare the moment thing.
Honestly, I can't believe how many people turn it around to become the victim themselves. It's unbelievable.
Apparently, if I'd have been in France, I'd have walked scot-free.
Yeah, you'd stab anyone you want in France.
After his release, Mick started a new relationship and the couple had 3 children. But it wasn't to last. In 1995, he met 14-year-old Heather Keogh.
14?
Mick was 37.
I think his
Oh my God, so he is a nonce. So he is a fucking nonce as well.
preference for younger, more vulnerable girls gives us quite a few clues.
What a noncy chop.
About his personality and how he relates.
Clues? Yeah, that he's a fucking paedophile.
To the world and how he relates to women. He likes to have younger women that he can manipulate and control.
Heather became pregnant with the couple's first child, and they moved into the house on Victory Road. Heather says she became homesick and wanted to leave. Mick became angry, pinning her to the floor.
She was young, she was naive. It was an abusive relationship. He was very much in control.
Heather used to have black eyes and bruises and stuff. You know, you'd say, have you done that? You know, that looks a bit nasty. And, I've walked into the door, or I've done this silly hoovering, I've bent down there and bang, it's hit me. And you knew really he'd done it, do you know what I mean? And she was scared to say anything.
The abuse continued. More rows followed. Then one night in early 2000, Mick attacked her again.
I think Heather realised at that time that how bad things were. What was usual following.
It's horrible, man. He's fucking horrible. Isn't he, Merlin?
Arguments was he'd lock her outside in the back garden, and Heather's described how on previous times she'd actually just curl up around the outside toilet until he was ready to let her back in. But on this occasion I think she'd realised that enough was enough. She actually fled from the address, she climbed over the fence to get away from him, and later went to the police station to report what had happened.
I hope they protected her.
What followed was a lengthy and bitter battle for residence of their 2 children. The court heard how Mick attempted to discredit Heather to get what he wanted, but he lost, and the children stayed with Heather. Within months, Mick had started a sexual relationship with 19-year-old Mairead Duffy, moving...
Oh, it's all the young lasses. Obviously one makes him a complete nonce, but this...
her into the house on Victory Road. The following year, she gave birth to Jade, her first child with Mick.
Oh my God.
Mairead was deeply in love with Mick, but by the new year, his interest had turned to 17-year-old Lisa Willis. Lisa was a single mum, and within weeks, he had invited her to come and stay.
I thought I was quite happy and content with Mairead, but then I went to see him one day out of the blue, and Lisa was there. And I said, who's that? He said, that's my new girlfriend, Mick. I said, but you got Mairead? He said, I know, I got 2.
In court, Lisa revealed that early in their relationship, during an argument, Mick had beaten her with a piece of wood in front of her son.
Again, he's showing that he has ultimate control over Lisa, and a good beating, especially with a weapon. I mean, that not only says what kind of person he is, very willing to use violence, very dangerous, and it would tell her that, and that would absolutely reinforce that to her, that she needs to behave herself.
I think both Mairead and Lisa was very frightened of Mick at times.
Well, it's all like groomy type of behaviour, isn't it? When somebody's that young and he's, you know, offering them a place to live and all this sort of stuff.
He could get angry very easy, and when he was angry, the girls would go very quiet and wouldn't barely say a word.
Blue eyes. Yes, you are. Yeah, you're my blue eyes. On the bed. I'm happy with what I've got here. I've got 2 lovely women and I've got 18 lovely kids and I've got 11 of them at home. There's not many people outside who can turn around and say he's got plenty of money and say they've got what I've got. I'm happy.
Merlin, it's a bloody Blink camera from Amazon. Why do you want that? It's not a toy. Merlin's like, give me the Blink camera. Are you going to set it up?
Pause on. No, I'm not going to put...
We've got some, like, shelving unit, and on one of the middle shelves, so the bottom shelf, I decided to put the camera on that I've already got to keep an eye on Merlin. And earlier today, I was like, oh, look, he's right in front of the camera. So I was like, Merlin. He jumped up and just basically crotching the camera. I was like, what is this? I was like, this is not what we planned for here. That will not be a cute clip that is going up somewhere. It was cute until then. I thought, you know, nice, might be a funny moment, sniffing the camera or something, trying to... Nope, not at all.
What? Top priority.
Cheers, Merlin. These new cameras will be up a height.
There was no doubt at all that Mick Phillpott was completely in control. It was quite obvious that the whole household revolved around him and his needs and what he wanted.
He was the boss of the house. What he says goes. What he wanted, he had.
While it was Mairead and Lisa that went out to work, it was Mick who controlled the finances.
Like the girls used to go to work and then they used to get whatever benefits they used to get. Everything had to go in Mick's bank account.
What are you getting in benefits?
Don't know.
They
Because it goes straight to him.
didn't appear to know what happened to the money. They didn't appear to want to know what happened to the money. And what about the council tax? How much is that?
God knows.
I expect he does. I was wondering if you'd...
No, because I don't pay it. He pays the bills.
He does the pay. You don't know what's coming in. You don't know what's going out.
We know what's going out because we pay it.
I've just asked you about rent and council tax and you're not sure.
The girls never had a penny, this house. If they wanted anything, they'd have to ask Mick for it. Like normally, you'd say, right, I'm going to town today to treat myself. There was never none of that. Or having their hair done. There was never none of that.
You know, you
That's
make
right,
me
full
sick.
time.
You make me sick.
get out there and get
at
a
least
full-time
she's out.
job.
At least my wife's out working.
You go and get
At least my wife's out.
What's that got to do with anything? We want you to work.
Domestic abuse is now universally acknowledged to be made up of a pattern of behaviours. Certainly controlling behaviours like controlling access
Controlling finances is a big one.
to money, isolating women from their friends and family, controlling their interaction with the outside world. All of these behaviours together actually are more dangerous than consistent violence.
Mick was happy, believing that he had everything he wanted with the 2 women in his life.
Right, come on, have you brushed yours? Brush your teeth, yeah?
But Lisa and Mairead's relationship wasn't always harmonious, and tensions were creeping into the house on Victory Road.
Right, night, boys. Do you want them to bed then, baby?
They did talk about each other behind each other's backs.
Oh, fuck, how'd you do that in such a small house?
They was jealous of one another.
Sometimes, I wish I hadn't got married to Mairead, and in that way there wouldn't be the difference between Mairead and Lisa, which unfortunately there is.
He did suggest divorcing me to marry Lisa. So then Lisa would have his name then. But I told him I wouldn't divorce him.
I was going to say, is this guy all right in the head? But we all know he isn't, so...
Why not?
People that have affairs do that.
It was always clear to me he felt more for Lisa than what he did for Mairead.
Lisa, out of the two of them, seems to have a bit more backbone and she stood up to him more.
He's worried about if we're going to drift apart and drifting apart and the kids splitting up and that. I said, well, it won't be my doing.
Well, that makes sense. The person who sticks up to him, he doesn't like as much.
And if we do, I don't
know. I mean, you have to wait and see, don't you? What comes around the corner.
Mick admitted he had preferred Lisa, telling the court that he had treated her like his queen. But Lisa was growing increasingly tired of the relationship and life at 18 Victory Road.
He seemed to argue with Lisa more. There was a few times I was there and he said, if you carry on you can get out and everything.
In February last year, Lisa Willis told Mairead she was taking her 5 children to the local swimming pool. She never came back.
I don't know what to do about her. She must have a sixth sense. She always said the first one they'll leave will be Lisa. And she was right.
And now the end is near.
It was a bit low. He just said that Lisa had left him, she took the kids, she weren't coming back. You know, he started like filling up with tears over that. Because he loved Lisa. Everybody knew he loved Lisa.
He would have responded maybe in panic, but in a desperate need to get back the control he felt he had lost. Maybe in a rage that she had dared to leave him.
I don't understand how he's got all these like boys' toys, you know what I mean? Like karaoke machines and speakers and DJ sets, and there was a massive model aircraft making kit behind them at one point in the kitchen. You just think, like, how can you afford all that and look after so many kids?
Certainly there was always going to be some kind of exaggerated response.
There were increasingly bitter rows between the couple, and Lisa went to the courts to prevent Mick coming near her. The last time Mick had to fight for residence of his children was with Heather. She had won. This time around, he was determined that wouldn't be the case.
This is a man that'll stop at nothing to get what he wants. It's our belief that Michael was so keen to ensure that nothing was going to stop him getting those 5 children that he started the campaign to try and discredit Lisa.
The police were repeatedly called as arguments between Lisa and Mick escalated. Mick claimed that Lisa's family...
It's always a danger when somebody's backed into a corner where they don't think that there's any other way out. It's when you hear all these horrible cases where they're, you know, unalive children, unalive themselves and all that sort of stuff, so that they don't go to the other parent.
They had made threats. In early April, Mick was driving a group of friends to a darts match when he took a call he claimed was from Mairead.
Mick comes off the phone and alleges that somebody's threatened to firebomb his house. Different members of the bus recall it differently, which is understandable.
Oh, he's setting it up.
But it's you know, it's
setting the scene.
Nearly a year ago now, but they're all clear that he alleges there's some sort of threat.
A few weeks later, when a neighbour came over, Mick claimed to have received a threatening text from Lisa.
I went round there 2 weeks, like, before the fire had happened, and he was just, like, sort of clapping his hands, oh, when I've got her now, when I've got her here, look, threatening to burn my house up, I'll see her in court, I'll soon have my kids home.
I believe he's done that in order to support his actions in the future. He knows what the plan is. He knows that ultimately he's going to set a fire, but he needs to sow the seed in some people's heads as to who's responsible.
Mick was confident that his attempts to discredit Lisa were succeeding and that he would soon have the children living with him.
The week leading to the fire, he was telling parents at the school gates that he had a plan. He was going to get his children back, and in fact he was so confident that the 5 children would be starting school the following Monday.
May 11th was the day set for the family court hearing. In the early hours of the morning, a fire broke out in the house on Victory Road.
When fire crews arrived, they were confronted by a severe blaze at the front of the house. The 6 children...
It was the culmination of Mick's plan.
How did it work out it was him? I know his performance was shit, but like...
But it was fatally flawed. He failed to take into account the deadly speed with which fire and smoke can take hold.
Fucking idiot.
Nobody in their right mind would set
some big ass houses as well. Like, that's his house with all the stuff in the garden here, isn't it? But like big houses, big gardens.
a fire inside their house, knowing full well there are 6 children asleep.
Yeah, 100% do.
Sleep upstairs. I can only just sum it up in 2 words: evil and stupid.
Well, it's time.
Right, this is the proper way you hoover up, right?
Oh, fuck off.
You don't watch how the girls do it, right? Proper way of hoovering up.
Mick Phillpott had created a world for
It's not hard to use a hoover, pal. I don't think there's a knack to it.
himself with his wife, his lover, and their 11 children. A world that he controlled.
One way or the other, I will get what I want.
When Mick's lover Lisa Willis left, taking their children, he was prepared to do anything to win them back. But his carefully laid plans went tragically wrong.
Michael Phillpott never expected the fire to end up like it did. He thought it would be, I think, a very low-level crime, something that he would get away with.
18 Victory Road had become a crime scene.
The investigation, which is still in its early stages, continues to focus on what caused the blaze.
It became apparent to detectives that the parents couldn't be ruled out. The day of the fire was critical for Mick Phillpott. He and Lisa were due in the family court.
Now, you've got this apparent coincidence of it starting actually in the early hours of the morning before they're all due at court. Now, I may be cynical around that, but it's too much of a coincidence for me.
No, I get that.
That fire takes place on the morning that they're all going to court for a family hearing.
It's our belief that Michael's plan was to go to court that day, having discredited Lisa, and in the same scenario, he's actually made himself look like a hero and a victim at the same time, and he believed that would achieve his aim of getting...
Has anyone got the England score? Have they scored yet? Or have they only kicked off 10 minutes ago?
the children back.
As detectives began to piece together the events of that night, they began to question the Phillpott's account. Mick told police that he had spent the evening at home playing snooker.
Already 1-0 to the Netherlands? No way.
With a friend, Paul Mosley.
And it only kicked off 10 minutes ago.
Mairead had sex with both men, with Mosley claiming he left around 1:30 in the morning. The couple then went to bed in the conservatory where they usually slept.
In the conservatory? Why am I like, in the bloody conservatory? Why'd I go all Alan Partridge?
Michael and Mairead both claimed that they were having a cuddle in bed, having fallen asleep after watching television, and that they were woken by the alarm.
On hearing the alarm, they said that they went through the kitchen and opened the door into the lounge. But what they did when they saw the fire raised questions for the police.
From their own accounts, they found the fire, turned round and gone through the kitchen, past 2 fire extinguishers, a sink with water in. They've done nothing to actually look at the fire and to decide,
You'd be like, shit, it's blocking the stairs, we need to stop.
can they fight it? Can they put it out? Can they rescue the children?
The fire had been started with petrol, and unchecked, it spread rapidly, sending smoke up to the bedrooms where the children were sleeping.
Anything made from petroleum products is going to give off large amounts of thick, black, acrid smoke. There'll be a lot of carbon monoxide in there, a lot of cyanide in there, various different toxic gases. Anybody up there is going to be breathing in those gases.
Mairead went out of the back of the house and called 999.
Mrs. Phillpott, how many kids are in the house, Mrs. Phillpott?
Mick claimed that he went to find
Yeah, this is true, Becca.
a ladder, using it to get up to the back of the house where he tried to break the window.
The ladder was already, if not...
Well, what are you doing?
up at the window, certainly in position. And the plan was that he would go up that ladder, he would open that window, and he would rescue all 6 children from that bedroom.
As if he planned to be a hero.
But by the time neighbours Darren and Jamie Butler arrive on the scene, the dramatic rescue plan had gone badly wrong.
The whole demeanour of Mick and Mairead was...
It was wrong.
Yeah, from start to finish. It was like it was all set in their particular way.
Well, we know now, don't we?
Ladders there and
The emergency services were quickly on the scene. When they asked Mick where the children were, he told them repeatedly that the children were in the back bedroom. He had also said this to the 999 operator.
Are they in the front or the back bedroom? In the back bedroom, mate. All of them. All of them, yeah.
We believe that is part of his plan, and that somehow the children were going to be in the back bedroom where he could rescue the children and make sure they escaped from the fire.
But if there was a plan for the children to gather in one bedroom, it had failed. Officers found the children still in their beds, where they had been overcome by the smoke. They were laid...
At least that might have meant that they just passed in their sleep or something. That's me just hoping, wishful hope.
...out in front of the house, where the emergency services worked desperately to save them.
Mick made an attempt to get to his children, you know, and he got through to one of his children, kissed one of his children on the head, and then got up and went across the road to his neighbour's house to see how his wife was doing.
What?
You know, everything was wrong. It was wrong.
Mick's strange behaviour was beginning to attract attention. The couple's son, Dwayne, was critically ill. He was transferred from the local hospital to a specialist unit 37 miles away.
Sus that all were supposed to be in one room, shows how much of a parent he was. No clue how unrealistic it is to be. Yeah, 100%.
In Birmingham.
100%.
But when hospital staff arranged for the couple to go with him, Mick refused.
Michael had initially said that he wouldn't go because he'd got to go to court that day for custody of the 5 children he'd had with Lisa Willis. He went for a coffee. He just didn't seem anxious or concerned, really. And in the end, officers actually were quite clear and told the both of them that they'd have to go.
If that was me, my child's in intensive care fighting for his life.
Okay, he wouldn't leave their side.
I want to spend as much time with him as possible, and I don't want to leave his side. But that weren't the case. They was more interested in running around the hospital, having chats, having...
Leave. Hey.
Sneaky chats with Paul Mosley and...
He was doing things that a normal human being wouldn't do. Me and Sharon was like walking down the hallway and he was behind us. And all of a sudden he shouts,
Cheers for the update, dude.
Mick. And I turn around and he's grabbing this woman's bum and saying, this is what I like. And I just turn back and I think, he's just lost the kids, mate. How can
what the fuck?
you go on like that?
Not long left of this documentary. I don't know how it gets summed up in 2 minutes.
Mick did the press conference thing. It was fake. And not once did he say, can anyone help me in finding who started the fire at my house? He was too busy thanking Tom, Dick and Harry.
Excuse me a minute. It was false. That was crocodile tears.
In an attempt to understand the Phillpott's bizarre behaviour, the police secretly recorded them. The couple were in a police van together when Mick was heard asking Mairead if she was sticking to the story.
Wow.
We believe at one point he said, I didn't mean to do it on my life. And he's also said to her, are we sticking with the story? Because if you want me to, I'll blab about it.
As the investigation progressed, traces of petrol additives were found on the clothes of the Phillpotts and the friend who was with them at the house that night, Paul Mosley. Mick and Mairead Phillpott, along with Paul Mosley, were charged with the manslaughter of their 6 children. In June last year, under dull grey skies, 6 coffins were carried to St Mary's Church in Derby. Crowds gathered to pay respect to the 6 young lives lost in the fire. Only the parents, Mick and Mairead Phillpott, were absent.
I apologise to that guy. I apologise to him for not saving his kids. Do you know what?
Oh man, that poor dude.
What that did to me? That ripped me right open. Right down the middle.
Today at Nottingham Crown Court, Mick and Mairead Phillpott
Thank you, Tara.
and Paul Mosley were found guilty of the manslaughter of the Phillpotts' children. Dwayne, Jade, John, Jack, Jesse and Jaden.
I've never dealt with a case as sad as this, so there isn't a winner in this by any stretch of the imagination. All we've done is really try to just seek some justice for 6 children who are no longer with us, that were on the cusp of their lives, and hopefully we've got justice for those 6 poor kids.
Poor kids, man. What a documentary as well. Give me a second, we do have some news articles to have a look over. Let me just grab them. What an absolutely devastating documentary. Absolutely devastating as usual. 1 second. I've lost chat. There we are. Right. Copy. Let's have a look at this one first. One second. Here we go. So this is Phillpott fire child killer Paul Mosley freed from jail. This guy's out. I'm sorry, what? A child killer who played a hand in evil. Oh, right. This guy who helped, yeah, the guy who was in the bloody... Child killer who played a hand in Mick Phillpott's house fire plot, which killed 6 children, has been released from prison. Paul Mosley helped the sick and twisted Mick and Mairead Phillpott set their home in Allerton, Derby alight in 2012. Well, how the fuck would you let somebody out involved in this? A statement by the parole board this week said Mosley's incarceration was no longer deemed necessary for the protection of the public. Can you hear the zoomies? According to the terms of the 56-year-old prison release, he must adhere to strict conditions, including divulging any developing relationships and an exclusion zone to avoid contact with the victims and children in general. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe he's out. That's absolutely horrific. 11 years is an absolute joke. Those kids don't get any years left. You know what I mean? Absolutely not. Let's have a look at the next one. I'd imagine there'd be loads of news articles covering this. Oh, well, this one's good. Page not found. Get your shit together, Lauren. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Sorry. One of them's down. Let's have a look at another one. Mick Phillpott jailed for life over Derby house fire that left 6 children dead. This was obviously published 2013. He's been jailed for life for being the driving force behind a plot to torture Derby home, which led to the deaths of 6 children, with the trial judge describing him as disturbingly dangerous man with no moral compass. Will you calm down? Should serve a minimum of 15 years after a jury at Nottingham Crown Court convicted him on 6 counts of manslaughter for plotting the fire, which he and 2 others started in May 2012. Phillpott's wife and friend Paul Mosley were both sentenced to 17 years. So that other guy originally got 17 years but was released after 11. That's absolutely insane. 17 years isn't enough. Well, it is a nutter. It's because he's getting excited. Because it's nearly time for... I'm not going to say it. He's starting to learn that word. Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I think there's one other news article to have a little look at. One of them didn't work. One that Lauren has just sent. as well. I get it. I'll throw it in a second. Down. Good boy. Leave. Sit. Sit. We'll have Paul. Thank you very much. Cool. Right. One more news article, Merlin. One more news article, and then we're going to go out, I promise. All right. My goodness. No time is enough is right, Mr. Welshie. Right, what's the final news article? Oh. I don't know why it's like this. We're caught in a trap. Mick Phillpott pictured singing Elvis and downing shots during karaoke pub session. Merlin, man. Just days after killing his 6 children in a house blaze. Merlin, you're going to hurt yourself, man. Locals watched in disgust as he downed shots, embraced his wife, and took centre stage to sing Elvis Presley hit Suspicious Minds. The bizarre behaviour in the wake of deaths prompted witnesses to call the police, who arrested the couple just 9 hours later. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. It just shows what an absolute nutcase that guy is and how much he really didn't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? No, I can't do. He's nuts. He's nuts. Honestly, the man needs putting down. The man needs putting down. Right, I'm going to fuck off. We'll be back tomorrow night with TikTok reactions. Yes, Thursday night. So we'll be back here for TikTok reactions, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to fuck off. I've got a dog that obviously is dropping big hints for a walk. I know. His ears did go up, you know. Right, I'll catch you in a bit, guys. Peace.